Good evening. This is a special meeting of the Warren Planning Board, February 12th, 5:30. Present are
Terry Delapaz,
Tyler Dixon,
Fred Massey,
Mike Gerhart,
Jim Leffers.
and so we have a quorum. There's one item on the agenda today. It is the application 581 Charles Street, Penny Lane, comprehensive permit, major land development. We did note at our last meeting that we would be having the special meeting to reconsider the decision made at the January 3rd meeting that called for conditions. The condition specifically was a smaller number of units than those proposed at Penny Lane. That was based on thinking that we were dealing with a zoning regulation that does not apply in this case. And once we were advised on that, we realized that to maintain that condition would be to put the town at risk, to drag out a process unnecessarily and expensively, both for the town and for the applicant. And so our decision to reconsider that decision and to base a vote on master plan, either approval or denial, would be based on the 40 units as proposed initially. So what we're looking for, what we're going to do is to, and again, this is a public meeting, but not a public hearing. So we're not taking comment because of it's an unusual meeting, quite frankly. But given that, we aren't going to hear from the applicant, and we're consequently not going to hear from the public. So what I'm going to make a motion to do is to approve this comprehensive permit master plan, Penny Lane application at 581 Charles Street, as presented to the board with the petition for reconsideration, including conditions established by the TRC, the Technical Review Committee, and town staff in its recommendations dated November 22nd, 2023. Additionally, the applicant will ensure that any changes in property management oversight will follow the existing property management rules and requirements. The concept there is that the CDC has done an outstanding job with their Barrington properties in terms of maintaining a look and feel that is appropriate and is very well managed. And we want to ensure that that management continues beyond this period that the CDC would be in ownership of it. And that condition, we have been told, would be perfectly acceptable to the CDC. Ben?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I just want to make it very clear for the record that this is not a reconsideration for approval or denial of the master plan. This is strictly for reconsideration of the condition that requires the applicant reduce the property unit count from 40 to 25. The master plan has been approved in January 3rd. This does not alter in any way. This is just if there's a motion to be made, it's a motion to amend the January 3rd decision condition. Actually, it eliminates the condition of reduce it from 40 to 25. Therefore, the applicant's application of 40 stands without having to comply with that condition.
Okay, so elimination of the condition.
Correct. And that's based on, as the board knows, and I'm going to put it on the record, is that the applicant filed a petition to this board that we somewhat discussed in the January 3rd meeting. And that petition was basically illustrated a couple things. The first thing is that their position is that by reducing them from 40 to 25, it's infeasible, right? Basically financially impossible. They're limited by their financial resources, they're limited by the income and the rentals that they can charge. Therefore, the project be infeasible, and their position would be that it's illegal. In addition to that, they cite a new law, January 1st, 2024 law, that by right, that if they would put an application in a project that allows for 100% affordable units, they would be entitled to 54 units by right. And I think that's important to put on the record. Again, that's a new part of the Affordable Act, and that they are suggesting, and the law backs up what they're saying in terms of how many units they can actually propose and by right get.
Okay, thank you, Ben. So the motion then is to eliminate the condition established in the January 3rd meeting, specifically that this was a master plan approval for only 25. So it's an approval for the 40 units.
Correct. It's a motion to amend the January 3rd master plan decision by removing the condition to reducing the number of units from 40 to 25.
Okay, make the motion.
I'll move that.
And a second?
Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, sure.
I did not attend the 2 January meetings in this
Oh,
chamber.
I'm sorry, yes, I meant
And
to.
I did, however, attend the meetings remotely, thoroughly, and I'm familiar with all the issues and all the documentation that's been put forward, and I'm capable of participating with the vote.
Great, I'm sorry about that. I should have noted that earlier. Jim was on vacation, but we've been in direct contact during that time, and he assured me as well that he had not only seen it, but watched it live. So, you know, he's certainly capable to voting on this matter. Okay, once again, Mike made the motion, Terry seconded it. All in favor of that, taking that step? Aye. Those opposed? Okay, so it's carried. And again, where we'll go from here is to preliminary plan. That will come before us. If you're able to meet all of the conditions, which, you know, we fully expect, final plan approval could be administratively handled so that it does not come back before the board. So the preliminary would be the last time that you would conceivably that would come before this board. Anything else on this? We are open to any public comment, not on this matter, but anything else relative to the planning board. That is something that we're kicking in with all of our meetings moving forward, to have public comment at the end. But, you know, given that this is a special meeting, and we're not taking comment about this particular application. So seeing no hands, I'd have a vote to adjourn.
So moved.
Terry, second. Mike?